Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Miss Angie. How are you today?
Hi, Don. How are you?
We made it through Wednesday.
Oh my goodness. Every Wednesday, I'm like, tomorrow is Thursday, and that's almost Friday. And so technically, it's Friday Eve.
Whatever it takes to get you through it, right?
Exactly.
It's like, don't tell anybody though, okay? Don't share the secret. Sorry, folks, I was putting my phone on silent so nobody has to hear me buzz or tweak or bink or do whatever the noises they
Exactly. Oh, wait. You know what? I was supposed to be sharing the link. That's how sidetracked I got just that fast.
Lord have mercy. Well, we had a great class last night. Last night, for those of you who don't know, every Tuesday evening we get up and we get online and do a class for those trying to develop their skills, for those who know their skills and they improve them, and for those who wish to just get out there and play with your skill sets. Anyway, we had a great class and a lot of good energy. Some new folks coming in, which is nice, and then the old standbys there as well. So, and that's the good part is we have some people on the very talented spectrum, and then they come all the way down to the beginner spectrum. So everybody has some. There's always a resource. I love it. There's always a resource to be able to ask questions of, to have a conversation about. And usually, if somebody's had an experience, somebody else has already had it, and they can help them walk through it, which I think is
Yes.
amazing. Because when I was looking, I didn't find it. I didn't have it until later, and so I am so glad we have some very young people in our group. It's amazing. We have some people who are as young as 18, and love it, love it. So
And some a little bit older than 18.
yeah, I know. I'm 21. Okay, there you go. I gave my story away. 21 times a certain number. We're not going there though.
Just a little bit older.
Exactly. All righty then. Nice to see everybody popping in. Jasmine, Miley, Shelly. We got Shawana. We have Jenny. We have Love Quinn, Jojo, Linda, and Sonoran Mystic Tarot's even there. Interesting. Margaret, you're there. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Isabella, Miss Trek, Misty Rec. Is that how you say that? Something like that. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. Nice to see everybody popping in. Any requirements today, Angie? Any specifics or any kind of things we need to direct people to do or not do, or give them an idea? What you thinking?
I just want like a specific question. Don't say a whole bunch of generals. If you say general, I'm just gonna pull one card for you.
Oh,
Like
and
give me a question that I can read. That's all I prefer.
yeah,
I'm
give
not
us
even
something.
mad at y'all asking about love, I guess. I'm not gonna tell you about somebody else, but if you ask, I won't even be mad about it.
Yeah. Well, if you ask about a love reading for me, make sure that you're prepared because again,
Joanna said love readings only. Do you know earlier, yes, was it yesterday or earlier today? I was thinking I'm gonna come on one day and I'm just gonna do all love readings and drive myself crazy. I'm probably bald at the end of it, like,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't. I just couldn't. I just could. I'd get through the third one and I'd be ready to be slicing my own wrist or something. I don't know. I just felt like no, no. I just can't. Oh my goodness. But hey, it is Cynthia's big 5-0. And since it's
you
Cynthia's
know
big,
what? I thought they were playing when they kept saying she was 50. I didn't think that Cynthia was 50 at
I
all.
know she looks like she's much,
I
much
did
younger.
not think that. And so when they kept typing it, I was like, oh no, they're so funny. And then they showed it, and I was like, wait a minute, Cynthia 50? I don't believe that.
Yeah. The whole family looks so much younger than their age represents them to
I
be.
was like, what? No.
So if you have a birthday today or this week or this weekend or last weekend, and especially for Cynthia, this is Julia's
Granddaughter?
her husband, right?
Husband. Oh.
I think so. Anyway, so happy birthday, everyone. This is for you. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Hey.
Yay.
Wish I had a cupcake. I could go burn it out. And my teeth
Exactly.
won't come out. I promise. They're the real deal still. They're still attached. Please tell me if my future boyfriend loves me already. Oh, Jojo, Lord have mercy, you're a mess.
If my future boyfriend loves me already, I get it. I just feel like I should have on some glasses too.
You notice a little different color?
I did notice that, and I was like, "Oh, it's matching the shirt, in that darker color." I got it. I got it.
Yeah. I threw them. Actually, what happened is I threw the other glasses in the bag from the psychic fair, and so they're in their cases in the bag, and I haven't taken all the stuff out of the psychic fair bag. So I was not ready to dig in the psychic fair bag. There's too much stuff there. So.
No, I can't see nothing with these glasses out.
Linda said, I've been feeling a bit disoriented recently. Is it something metaphysical or something truly physical? I don't know. We have to look into that.
Wait, somebody's asking me?
Linda.
Oh.
I think I saw that pop up real quick there. Happy birthday to you. And also condolences to everybody who was involved or is impacted by the shootings in Nashville. What a sad damn situation.
Oh my gosh, it is so sad.
It's like, when is this going to be? When are we going to do something? I don't know. So I pray prayers and healing to those who have to deal with it and continue to deal with it, and who have lost loved ones. I can't say enough prayers, and I don't want to do thoughts and prayers because I'm so tired of hearing people say thoughts. No, come on, do something. So know that I am energized for you, okay? But we are with you as well when it comes to your moment of grief. Absolutely. Anyway, for those lovely children, Jesus. Next.
Hey, Affirm. Hey, Jasmine.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. We went to class Monday night, and Miss Wendy and I wound up pairing off at one point. That's not good. It's like Angela and I, was just her daughter, and same thing. Before you know it, we're talking about everything else. But we did our thing real quick, and Tina comes around and said 10 minutes, and we're like, we both were done already. And she's like, I told you both 10 minutes each. It's like, okay. And then Tina,
we know everything about each other. What else is there to say?
Exactly. So we sat there.
And we're shooting the breeze after that.
Yes, we were catching up on some things and talking about just some of our, but we still talked about metaphysical. We talked about experiences and all this other stuff. But the funny part is that when we moved into because we were doing readings, and then we went from there into the mediumship, and she let us all stay with the same person we were doing, because a one-on-one that night. And so that left me and Wendy. And Wendy's like, well, I said, who wants to go first? And we said, let's see what comes in. So I started seeing this imagery, excuse me, and I'm like, it reminds me of West Virginia, but it's not my West Virginia, and it's at a different time. And I'm talking about, the old combines that would cut the hay and make hay, and this, that, and the other. And she said, I'm seeing the same thing. And I'm like, I see a piece of bread, and I see applesauce, and I'm seeing somebody pour heavy milk over it, like cream. And she's like, is it in a bottle? And she said, I see the person. We were seeing the same thing. We were seeing the same images. And she thought I was thinking maybe it was connected to her and her previous, her family from the past. And come to find out, it was my grandfather coming in, and he came into me, and I was trying to read for her, but he was coming into me, and she picked up him as well. So, and it was his old farm. She saw his old farm with some animals, a small farm and so forth. And she's talking about that and this, and how she saw me walking with him. And she had all these experiences, and it was like, he wasn't really great with kids. He really didn't love a lot of kids, but he was good with certain kids, and you were one of the kids, and you didn't have much time with him because he died. I'm like, my God, yeah, this is him. So it was interesting. I thought I was reading for her, and here I wound up reading for myself.
Really? How were you able to figure out that it was your grandpa?
She brought it around, because as I'm reading, she's like, I don't think that's for me. And she said, I think I'm getting the picture that it's yours. She said, because I'm picking up the energy there. And she said, and they're showing me, they're reflecting back to me what you're seeing. She said, so I think it's your grandfather. She said, does some of this? And then I'm like, oh my God, yeah, it does. And I said, now that explains why it seemed like West Virginia, but in the old days, because I kept saying, it was like not my experience, but I'm getting West Virginia. I'm getting that kind of feel of the country. And she's like, well, now that makes sense because of course you're seeing it through his young eyes. We saw it through him in a younger time, you know. And I'm like, holy crap, that was crazy. So I was walking in my granddad's eyes for a while. That was kind of cool. Yeah, and this was my grandfather. I didn't know very well because he died when I was 3. So my my father's father, where my mother's father was in there for years. I knew him, and he was cool.
Mhm.
But it was nice to walk in his shadow, live in his eyes. You know. So there you go.
I'm gonna stop reading the questions. That's what I'm gonna do, and just wait till they pop up on the screen.
I was just popping back over to them to see what I've been missing. I was looking for the big old T word to see if maybe I missed something. So thank God I didn't. So, hey, Affirm Wellness, nice to see you in. Alicia Black, you as well. Ann Williams, nice to see you in. Ann, I don't recognize the name. Is this your first time in? Ann, let us know.
Angels will fly.
Angels will
Aaron.
fly. Hey, welcome in. That's Crystal, welcome in. Do.
Selma. Selma. Well, when we get there.
Can you kind of alter that and bring it down to one question there, Selma? Because you're asking a whole little book, and these are quick readings. They're not meant to be lifelong research projects. Aaron, nice to see you in. Let's see. Who is our first up? Oh, Arkisha. Arkisha, nice to see you in, Arkisha. Who is our first up, Kina? We have Misty Red.
I read this wrong every time. It's Misty something. I forgot what the last part is. Misty Rez, but it's Misty. I do know that because she spelled it out for us one day, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I read for her last Wednesday and last Thursday. So I don't have much more to add, but I'll let you go ahead, Angie, and then from that we'll move on because I don't know what else to read. There's only so many general readings I can give.
Well, I said if you ask for a general, I'm just going to pull one card for you. So I'm just going to pull one card and see what we got for Miss Misty.
Ooh, they don't want my card. I just looked at my card. You don't want my card.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I've been thinking about. Yes, exactly.
I got the Justice card. So for me, it's kind of like that karma. You get what you give. If you've been handing out good karma and being nice to people and, being your normal, true to you self, then you're going to get back good karma. If you've been out there nasty and mean to people, then that's what you're going to get. So basically, justice is coming. It's going to balance the scales either way. For me, that's a big karma card. I love to see justice, especially if it's for somebody who ain't been right or who been mean to me. Yes, I like to see the justice card. Your just desserts are coming, and that could be good or bad. That could be like winning a court case. That could be like getting a refund. That could be getting some kind of bonus or raise or something that you want. It's many different things, and all I'm getting for you is that it's a karma coming back to you either way. So that's what I got for you, Miss Misty. And honestly, I didn't even get anything psychically. I asked and I still didn't get anything.
Next. Happy birthday to you. Isabel. Hello, can I have a general reading? Oh, Lord.
For you, again, a one card. I got, and I don't know if you can see it that well. I got the 10 of Pentacles for you as your general reading. And then I heard in my ear, your ships are coming in. So whatever you've been wishing for, hoping for, because the 10 of Pentacles is material blessings coming to fruition. Like it's everything that you want. But I always look at it as blessings or as material things coming in. Like you're seeing, you can see, feel, touch, hear all the things that are coming in for you. And so for me, that's a good thing. And then I heard literally your ships are coming in. So good things are coming into you. I do see they are showing me now the Ace of Wands, which to me is like new opportunities in job and career and things like that. So that's what I got for you.
Enchantress, I got news coming in for you. News coming in and news coming in that you've been looking forward to. News that you've been wanting to hear because it's been something that you think is going to alter or change you in some way or change your information. So that news is coming in. You'll be seeing it very soon. Let me get a number on here. We're looking at maybe 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. It could be 3 to 4 days, but I'm getting weeks, to be honest with you. I do not see months. So you'll be getting news, and it's going to be something about money or economics as well. So again, it may be
I'm like, we can't hear you.
Did you
It
miss
just
all of
went
it?
in mid-sentence.
Oh, I sneezed, so I cut the mic off to not have the sneeze. I didn't want to blow you all away with the sneeze. I apologize. Back to what I was saying. You're getting news coming in, and that news coming in is going to either make you happy or sad. But if you've been expecting it, it's coming in 3 to 4 weeks from now, not days, weeks, not months, weeks. And it's an economic situation, economic question. It could be money that something you've been working on that could generate some money, or something you've been working on to help your economics, whatever that is. So again, sorry folks, it's news, but news is of economics, and again, 3 to 4 weeks. If you wanted it sooner, it's not going to happen sooner, unfortunately. And sorry about that. Lord have mercy. Anyway, who is next? I promise not to mute my mic anymore, but I didn't want to sneeze and blow everybody away. That would have been terrible.
I thought you were still talking.
And here I was on a roll. I was like, yeah, this feels good. And I'm looking at Angie going, and I'm thinking, what? What did I do? At first, I thought maybe something was, because I sneezed. So I'm thinking, oh.
No, I was like, I don't. What should I have done this weekend?
There you
go. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's our sign. Got it.
Oh my goodness. Who is next? Hey, Julie, we're just talking about you. We were singing the happy birthday song, and I was saying a week later, happy birthday for your husband. I think it was your husband who just had a birthday. And Julie brought the family to the Psychic Fair. Psychic Fair was great this weekend. New location, lots of good energy, lots of good feel. And Julie and the family came over there, as well as a number of people. It was good. Excuse me, a very good experience. Oh, and Angie, a lot of folks asking about you.
Oh, really?
Yes. Remember the blondes that, remember when you and I gave our class there?
Yeah.
And the ladies, and then they started coming to Tina's class, and they were there, and they were asking me about you.
Oh, really? I think they're teachers somewhere around here.
Yes. Yep.
They are.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, and then there's also the one teaches at ASU, I think, as well.
Yeah.
In Mesa. And then the one is there's like the husband teaches at ASU, and then the wife or the sister-in-law teaches at a school elsewhere or something, or a counselor or something.
Yeah.
Good people. Love those people. Anyway, they always come and they always say hello, and I always love it.
Oh, I like them. Yeah, I remember them. That class was nice. That was our very first one, and it was nice. We weren't nervous or anything. We just went with the flow of it. It was fun. I liked it.
And we had to get thrown out of the room. Usually when you do those things, people kind of die off, you would think, because I've sat in many of them and watched, and people kind of die off at the end. They're looking at their clock saying, is it done? These people were still asking questions of us, and they had to come in and they barged in, and they're like, okay, but they're like, okay, 5 minutes more. And then they're like, you got to go. People did not want to go. They did not want to leave.
And we had the perfect time slot because it was before the guy who you had to pay for.
Yep.
So if you paid for the other guy, you probably just popped in our room early to get a good seat. And so we're like, oh, well, more for us.
And guess what? I guess they got the best show they ever had. Maybe mediums, but we got a lot of hits on them. That's all I can say. We did well.
We had a good time.
So next is Jasmine, and Jasmine says, "Am I in alignment? What does Spirit need me to know?"
When I first read that question, is she still here? Is Jasmine here? Jasmine, are you here? When I first read that question, I heard them say, "What is it that you're trying to align to?" Like, are you in alignment with what? Is it with what you want or what you want spirit to make you want? Like, it seems like you're wanting them to tell you this is what you need to do so that you can follow the blueprint exactly like that. But they want to know, what is it that you want so that you can be in alignment with that. So what is your heart's desire is how I'm hearing it in my head, or the way they're presenting it to me is, are you in alignment with what? Right now, they're showing me a big void because they are not clear as to what you want. And so what is it that you're alignment with? And Angels Will Fly says she's got a yes but a no. Yeah, they're a lot. You can hear them and they can hear you, but what is it that they're trying to align you to? That's what I got. That was a question they told me to ask you. Like, is it truly what you want, or is it what you want for them to want you to want? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got. Don, did you get anything?
Well, the one thing that, one thing not psychically or even cards wise that remind you is that, you can communicate with them. You just have to make sure that you open your mind to receive, and then you also have to open your mind to suspend disbelief. Again, suspend disbelief.
I'm still working on that part.
Exactly. We all are, that's for sure. But when you ask the questions or when you want to hear them, most importantly, quiet your mind a little as much as you can, and then when something pops in, have belief that what you ask you receive. So if you're wanting to hear them and something pops in your head, that's most likely them talking to you. And be aware of it. And even if it doesn't make sense at the moment, try to make sense of it later on and work through it, because again, it could be them speaking to you. A lot of times we disbelieve the fact that we ask them to come in, we ask them to talk to us, we ask them to send us a sign, and they do, and we miss it because we don't believe that it could happen, even though we're asking for it.
Wow. Remember, I was so upset that they kept replacing my Oprah memory with Donahue. I was like, why are you doing that? Then when I looked up about Donahue, I was all excited, like, oh, that's even better than the Oprah thing. And so that's, again, suspend disbelief. I'm all upset about it and not believing it. Like, well, maybe I ain't seeing that right. Or why are they doing this? And so it was days of them showing me over and over and over and over Donahue instead of Oprah, before I even looked it up and was like, oh, that's why. And so when Don says suspend disbelief, it is true. You have to believe it. Even something as minuscule as that or as small as that, you have to believe it and understand that it is a sign.
It is true. That is so true. And it's hard. I know it's hard, but it's even harder to ignore it, because again, if you ask for a sign and then you ignore it, and then spirit gets upset with you, they'll keep coming at you with that sign, and eventually they hit you with a 2x4 upside your head to tell you the sign, and you're like, damn, okay, I get it.
And Don, while you were talking, I was pulling cards, and what did I get? The devil card. That's that pessimism. That's that not believing. That's that staying in that mind. A lot of people say an addiction, but it could be addiction to not believing, or to negative thoughts, or to just not trusting what you hear. Not necessarily in a I'm so depressed and down in the dumps kind of way, but in that's too good to be true, or that doesn't sound right. We tend to disbelieve before it's proven to us to make us believe, and it doesn't matter how many times that they've come through to show me yes, I still have that in the back of my head until it happens. It's basically just an intention, or a vision that I've seen that hasn't come true yet.
And then when it comes to say what the spirit need me to know, or am I in alignment? I feel like you are in alignment, but I feel like, again, yeah.
It's hard to describe because you don't know what she's in alignment with. And that's what they're saying. Yeah, you're in alignment with something, but what?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily what you want for you. It's what you think spirit wants you to want, And so they're saying be true to you so that you can be alignment with what you want. Like, you're in alignment for in this situation. I would think alignment would be, yes, you can hear them and they can hear you, but are you really understanding what is going back and forth? And so you're in alignment in that you can receive, but you haven't set anything to work toward. Like, this is what I want.
Yeah, and the one other thing that was coming to me, which is kind of funny, it's like you need to just what do you call it?
Relax.
Yes, yes. It's like I feel like you're so uptight. You're not enjoying life right now. You're not enjoying much. You're not getting out. You're not enjoying. You're just. I just feel like you're just very uptight, very high strung, and I think you need to go find some joy. Bring some joy into your life. Bring joy into your life, and make sure that you spend time with the people that you care and so much about because again the joy comes from that for you. You get a lot of enjoyment from the people that you love and know that you know and love, and so spend a little more time with them, get some joy in your life, and that's going to help center you as well. It's also going to help ground you. So that's kind of what I'm getting for you. Yeah, just man, relax, chill out, chill out. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Who is next? Or do you have anything else add Angie?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
No, I'm good.
okay. Next is Miley Andrews. Be yourself. You don't need a psychic to tell you that. Be yourself on your date. Let them see who you are. If they like who you are, then chances are it's going to continue. But don't be fake. Don't be fake. And that's that's my.
I'll give you a general love reading.
I love
Let
to
me see
love you,
what is the general
baby. I
spirit has for my
love to love you,
love
baby.
about love.
I just wanted to know if Shimi will call me. Thank you so much.
I got the death card. That was one of the cards that came out, but that's weird. That's funny because the image that they showed me was of a dove. And I was like, well, why are you showing me a dove? And they were saying you just want peace, like you want a peaceful relationship. So I don't know if your past relationships have been a lot of chaos and turmoil and arguing and fussing and on again, off again. But they showed me a dove for peace. Like that's what you want, peace and tranquility. And now they're showing me the Six of Swords, which is you moving on to calmer waters, chaos to calmer waters. And then I got the death card. That's that transformation. That's you having a spiritual transformation and understanding your worth and understanding what you want. And so you're having all these endings because death is another ending because you're transforming into a new person. Don't fight it. That's what I heard. Don't fight the transformation. Let it go and it'll bring you the true love that you want. Is this going to work? Well, are you the same person that you were when you dated the last person? Are you approaching this relationship the exact same way that you approached that relationship? Then you're probably going to get the same result as you got from the last relationship. And so be authentically who you are, but do learn mistakes from each relationship. Learn the lessons or whatever it is that happened or that got you to where you didn't want to be in the previous relationship so that you can make better decisions in this relationship. So don't get all hurt eyes because that's what they're showing me. You just with the pulsing love eyes and disregard who you are. This is your transformation to make you a whole person so that when you enter a relationship, you're not half thinking this person is going to fill you up. You're a whole person looking for companionship. And so that's what your transformation is to make you who you truly need to be. And then your relationships going forward can turn out different. But you have to realize your worth before you're able to say, how is this going to turn out? So that's what I got for you, Miss Miley. I hope that helped. I don't even know if you're still here because I don't see not a single comment from you.
Oh yeah, she did. She said I'm nervous, so Lo had to ask.
Okay. All right. Well,
So
there you go.
mine is again, mine's not psychic because it's just I'm not don't do the love stuff so much. But the most important thing, be yourself. Just be yourself on your date. And again, if it works, that means that he likes who you are because eventually he's going to see who you are. Question is why do you want to show him later who you are and then he not be happy with what he sees? Show him who you are. Be who you are and be happy.
And I got it mostly like red flags that she sees when she doesn't like something, but being like, oh, it's okay, and not standing up for herself in the beginning or letting too many things pass. Like,
Oh,
you have to be a little bit more mindful of the things that you deal with in the beginning because it's just going to escalate if you don't, lay some
Yeah.
groundwork.
And the one card that I drew for you is the Moon card. And again,
Oh, I love that.
isn't that interesting? The Moon card in this case, if you look at it, you have the Moon, and then you have this like a scrying thing, and or whatever you call it, with the pool and the water. In my opinion, what I'm saying. And so what I'm saying with that, what I get from that is make sure that you ask questions, but not questions of kind of, I mean, just be involved in asking questions and let them speak. I don't know if you're somebody who likes to dominate a conversation or you like to constantly give your feedback, whatever, but give that person an opportunity to talk, let them communicate about who they are, what they're hoping for, and those kind of things. Don't dominate the conversation. Allow them to speak, allow them to communicate. And if they don't communicate well, probe them for questions, but in a nice way, in a way it's very conversational.
Oh my God, Don, that is so true. The last person that I went out with, I asked 50 questions and like they would answer and I'd be like, oh, and what about this? And what does that mean? And how do you do that? And where did you learn that? And do you have to get certain, like all these questions I was asking so that I could find out more about this person. But people love to talk about themselves. So
Hmm.
you ask all these questions, allow this person to, feel important and talk, about themselves. Because I love every time you ask me a question because I'm be like, oh yes, and let me tell you this.
Absolutely, absolutely. So hopefully that goes that resonates with you, Miley. Take that information in. Let us know how it goes, Miley. Next time we meet, tell us how that all went. Okay. Next in line is
You can ask the question, just give them enough time to respond, or
exactly.
let your next question, kind of come from that, whatever their response is.
Exactly.
It's okay to ask questions.
Yeah, it's definitely and again, what we're getting at is give them an opportunity to converse with you. Make sure that they are communicating because sometimes if you're not careful, you wind up um, the energy I got from you was that you kind of can control a conversation, and they're going to want to speak, and so let them speak.
But you know what? I did get the 10 of Pentacles for you. So that's a good thing. I feel
Very
like
good
that's a wish fulfillment. That's a good positive thing. I'm not necessarily saying it's with that person, but it's coming to you because that's a culmination. That's everything adding up, all your hard work, everything that you've learned, and you're getting what you want. So I did get the 10 for you. All these 10s. I need to pull a 10 for myself.
He's paying for dinner. He's paying. Order the steak. He's paying. What's CS's real intentions or feelings towards me? Jenny, Jenny, Jenny.
I'll give you a general love reading, Jenny. What does Spirit want love life? What is Jenny's do you, and I'm only asking this to clarify why they're showing me this, because I wanted to say, do you come with a lot of baggage and not necessarily in a bad way? Like, do you have like, several children, you work a lot, you may have some other issues going on in the family, other dynamics and stuff, because they're showing me a horse. And then they're showing you on the back of the horse. So they're showing me through your eyes riding the horse, but it's a very slow trot. Like the horse is barely moving. So I'm like, oh, are you weighing the horse down with all this baggage? So that's what I want to know. Like, do you come with a lot of things? Um, oh, or maybe CS is hung like a horse. I don't know. You're moving quite slow. I do know that. And so y'all don't listen. It goes down in the private chat. I'm telling y'all. So the 7 of Pentacles came up, and that could be working at your craft. Like you said, if he's hung like a horse, maybe it's gonna take you some time to work it out.
Save a horse, ride the cowboy.
Exactly. But I do see that this is going to take some work. So are you in it for, like, you've planted the seeds and you're waiting on the fruits of your labor? But I feel like it's kind of like you kissed a lot of frogs. Like this relationship, this relationship, this relationship. Now I've planted all these seeds. I've gone through all these bad relationships. I'm ready for this to be a good one. So for me, that's a good thing. Like you're waiting on your harvest to come in. So that means that you're moving in the right direction, and the seeds that you plan to have taken root, and you're ready to, reap the harvest of all the things that you've been through. So I think that your future love life definitely seems like it's going to be good, or that it's coming for you. I cannot tell you if it is this person. Um, But you should be able to tell by the things that he does for you, or the way that you interact, if he likes you. Does he text you back? What are your things that you want in a relationship from somebody? If I'm in a relationship, if I text, I want them to text me back. I want to spend time with this person. I want to laugh with this person. I want to talk to this person. So if you're not doing those things with that person, would it? Oh, she said, I'm still pure. Oh, oh. All right, then. So you don't know if CJ is, but maybe that's what that means. So be careful. But either way, does he do things that make you happy in a relationship, or are you always, bickering back and forth? You don't need to ask us, does he like you or not? He does. You can tell by the things that he does for you. And so those are the things you need to be weighing and think about in the relationship or in this situation. I'm going to try to get one more card. Don, you can go ahead, because I've been trying to get this one card for the longest, but you can go ahead if you got anything for her.
I think that you're coming from two different perspectives. I don't think that both of you think quite a bit alike, and I don't think that's a bad thing. Again, I think it's, again, two different perspectives coming together toward a relationship. And I think that you have the same vision, though, because if you look at the horizon, that vision is there. So again, I see the two of you, and I think that, and then I get this card, which is that melding of two. So see, it's like two things coming together and melding into one. And so again, I think that what I'm getting for you is that this could work out for you. This could be good because, again, your differences, and sometimes it's the opposite. Differences can be a deal breaker, but in this situation, I'm feeling the differences are good for you guys. And look at this, the High Priestess is there. So ultimately, again, some really good positive energy, positive directional energy that is a blessing. So I say, you know what? Go, be honest, be straight, be forthright with them, him, her, CS this is, and let them know completely how you feel, and make sure that, but I mean, not right off the bat, but again, it seems like your question is, again, that you know this person already, you just haven't taken the cookie jar lid off. But I'm saying is, have the conversations, be comfortable with that. Because I think that you're at that place now where you should have the conversations and be comfortable letting him, letting both of you try to get a good feeling for, again, how your differences actually can be a benefit to you, make you a whole person, whole confined unit. Because again, the most important thing is you share the same horizon, and that's the key right there. Making sure that both of you understand that. Okay. You're 28 years old. Jenny, you're 28 years old. I thought this was the Jenny that, until she mentioned about the cookie jar thing, I was thinking this was the young Jenny that's like still in high school. So you're an adult, okay? But my thing hasn't changed. The reading wasn't the change. It's just that I was kind of getting something different. Anyway, so there you go. But the reading is the same.
It could be where she is, emotionally in love.
Yep, exactly.
I also got the Emperor, and for me, the Emperor is stability. You're seeking stability, someone to nurture you, someone to care for you, someone who can look out for you, someone who's that father figure in a relationship. So that's what you're seeking. I don't know if that's what this relationship is or if that's what you're going to get, but that's what you're seeking. And then when I ask for the outcome, again, that's that give and take. You want that balance. You want there to be a reciprocation. Like sometimes you give, sometimes you receive. And here, it's either I just get that's what you want. I don't know that that's what this relationship is giving, but those are the things that you're seeking. And is this relationship giving you those things? If they are, then you know what the relationship is and you know how he feels about you. If it's not giving you that, then no, he does not. Like That's kind of like you just kind of making a pro and con, or just figuring out the things that you like and don't like in a relationship, and understanding that it either is or it's not what you want.
Super. Next. Madeline says it's 11:30 there. 11:23. So I was curious how her time zone is in the middle, because usually time zones skip every hour, So how can it be 11:23, Madeline? Where are you located to where the time zones are somehow shifted in the middle? That's kind of strange.
11. It ain't even 23 after. So what?
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. The times don't add up. They're not. It doesn't make sense. It's either going to be like where you are should probably be 11:06 right now, or something like that. So, or it could be that I know there's one country or something where they do it like on a half-hour flip, but it's weird. Anyway, so I'm just curious, Madeline, where are you located?
Oh, I saw that, Kina.
Yep. Next. Who is next? I'm sorry. Linda. I'm feeling a little disoriented lately. Is it physical or spiritual?
Just based on my own personal experience and what I've talked to other people about, it's both. It's a little bit of both. People are a little bit physically off center from where they want to be. Like I've had this shooting pain down my neck and arm for the last couple of days. Not even a shooting pain, it's just a stiffness where I can't move my arm. Turn my head back and forth. And so that's a physical thing, but I think mine is more stress from a situation. And then spiritually, I have been a little bit foggy prior to this week. So just based on my own experiences and all the energy and all the changes that have been going on in the atmosphere, I think it's a little bit of both. I'll put some cards for you and see what I get, though. Don, if you're ready, you can go. My neck has been killing me too, Miss Linda.
It's interesting because the first card I got was this card, and it's like an environmental card. The way I'm seeing it is environmental situation, even though it doesn't really. It's telling me environment. I'm wondering, has there been something happening around the house, around the outside of the house, or because look under here again, it's like going down deep. This is like the slice, and then this is the down deep part. Has somebody been digging around the house, or has there been? Are you still getting the rains or something? Because I'm wondering if it's the environment around you. If there's something. Do you have methane alarms in your house? Again, I'm getting the feeling like it's something. See here, it's again something below Earth, something underneath the Earth that's causing the energy, or actual physical something that's coming up from under the Earth. And again, it's the same thing in these three cards. Look at this. It's the same thing. See, it's coming up through, and then this one too, and it's showing it's coming from deep within. So is there anybody doing anything around the ground around your house, or even the house that sits on? Are you on a pier and beam house? Are you with a solid basement? Is there something again with the house itself that still raining a lot of mold? Oh, there you go. So I got the environment all over this. I think that's, I really do believe it's an environmental thing. If I were you, I would be looking at doing what you can to fight that. I can't even do it right because it's the opposite. Anyway, the point is I think it's environmental. So if I were you, I would suggest, and it could be also like what Angie's saying as well. You were doing both at the same time, because when you get that hit, sometimes it doesn't always happen when it's best for us, that's for sure. But I would be looking at my environment and seeing what I can do to protect my environment. I would get a methane, make sure your detectors are methane detectors as well as fire detectors. They all get in the same unit, because that methane gas can come from under. And then I would be looking at making sure I take care of that mold situation and doing some remediation, put some bleach and some water in a sprayer, and get some spraying done. Yeah. It's for me, it's an environmental question or a solution, I guess you would say. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I got. Did you get something else there, Angie?
No, I didn't get anything, and no cards fell out, and I can't find my little wand.
Do 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 do.
Maybe I was using it to beat somebody with it.
She says she's been using the bleach. And thank you. She said, thank you guys. Always appreciate you. You're very welcome, Ms. Linda. Yeah, just make sure that you don't let that stuff take hold. Again, I would be doing something to detect the something coming up from underneath the house. That's kind of the energy I got. So something healthy underneath the house. I would get some. I would probably open some windows and get some fans moving, getting air moving in the house. Probably that would help, even if it's warm. Get the air moving in the house from outside and outside in. Those kind of things. But yes, heavy on the bleach. Heavy on the bleach. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that so very much. I do see the things pop up in Enchanted Tarot Heaven. I'm actually a member of that group, and so I see when you pop up. I appreciate that you do that. I truly do appreciate it, Tracy. Thank you so much.
Miss Linda, you said you've been smudging, and this is one thing that I've been thinking about because I've been doing that too. I've been, doing the all of the sage. I'm like, well, I don't have anything to draw positive energy back in. I don't have any. I have to go and get some more
Palo Santo?
lemongrass and some more Palo Santo. Oh, that protective bubble. Amen. Because you need it. Lord help the children.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Who's next, Keena? Is this person going to call Selma? No.
No.
All right. Have a good night, Miss Selma.
I got a kit from Don. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, there's Shelly. Shelly, we were just talking about you earlier. Yes, Shelly is one of the folks the folks that came to our class, remember? Angie?
Oh, yeah.
You came to the fair and they asked about you. Shelly is one of the folks that asked about you.
Yeah. You know what? I would have never knew that was the name. Oh my
I didn't until she mentioned the kit because I remember who bought the kit.
Oh my gosh. I would have never known that was the name.
Yes. Now I'll remember the name, but every time she's told me the name, I'm terrible with names, as you all know. Don't take it personally. I sometimes forget my own.
I would have never known that. And I see her in here all the time. Oh my gosh, Shelly. Now I know you as a different person because I always see your name in there and I'm like, oh, this Shelly person is always here. But I would never put your name with the person that was at the psychic fair.
I know now I'm gonna be having to think about when I read her, because every time I've read it before, I hadn't even worried about it because I'm like, I don't even know this person.
Exactly, because I didn't know. So all your readings were authentic. We didn't even know who you were.
Exactly, Shelly. When we were saying it was coming definitely from someplace. Oh my gosh.
Oh
yeah, she sat down.
I like that she doesn't have a picture. It doesn't give me anything to work with.
Exactly. She sat down and she and the two of them sat down and we just had a really good conversation right there at the fair. And they kept saying, "Are you sure I'm not blocking you?" I'm like, you know what? You sit. We're talking. We're good. I can take some time off.
Did you do good with the kids? Like, were people intrigued?
We came back with only 3. So that was a good thing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we brought only 3 back with us, and so that's good. So we're gonna have to start making some more. We ran out of product when we had the 3, but the other stuff didn't sell as well. Michael was hoping it would sell better, but it didn't. But we did sell. Sage sold well. Palo Santo sold well. The stones didn't sell quite as well as we'd hoped they would, but we did sell some of those stone hearts. One was a mahogany obsidian, which is protection energy. That was good. So anyway, yeah, it was good. It was good. His sales were not as exciting as he thought it would be. He was kind of bored a little bit, but his first outing, it was good.
For Pam, did you work late nights or some like early morning? Like it's either that you're going to work before the sun rises or after the sun sets. So I'm trying to figure out if you're an early morning because they showed me you in a car driving through the city, like that tunneled area, and I don't even know that you're in Arizona, but that tunneled area over there by like 7th Street and 7th Avenue, they're showing me like you going through that, and then all the city lights coming up bright. So you either go to work before the yes. Um you either go before the sun is up or you go late night after the sun has gone down. But they're showing me you driving, so I get that as a good sign that you're on your way to work. You're chewing gum and popping bubbles. For to me, that's kind of like if you're chewing gum and popping bubbles, you have no worries. Like things are good for you, and you have your mug of coffee. So just like that, that's how she's drinking a coffee, just like that. That was right on cue. Oh my gosh, that was perfect.
Unintentional, I promise.
And so you seem to be get preparing to go to work. She says yes, so I'm assuming yes, as she's in Toronto. So I'm getting a good sign on going back to work. Let me get some cards and see if I get anything solid about you going back to work. Is it a strike? Because I saw somewhere there was it French workers or something were striking this morning on the news?
Well,
And so I just heard
the French are pissed because they bumped the retirement age up by 2 more years from 62 to 64.
Oh, okay.
And they're not happy.
What is it here about 75?
It's getting up higher and higher, that's for sure.
Oh, you were sick. Okay, so it had nothing to do with that. You were sick. Oh, so you're asking a health question disguised as a when will I go back to work question. Oh, okay. You almost got me. I was sick. So you want to know if you'll be well. Again, I saw your morning routine, so I'm assuming that means that you're on the mend and that you're going to be going back soon. Or yeah, they showed me you going to work, so I would assume that would be that you're on the mend. I got the King of Cups, which is trust. Trust that whatever it is that you're what information that you're receiving about your recovery is true, and that the knowledge that you're receiving is correct. So I'm thinking that yeah, you probably will be going back soon. And that's all I got. I shuffled for a long time, and that's the only card I got was the King of Cups. So that's emotional fulfillment for me. Somebody who is very much in control of their emotions. So I think it's a good thing. And again, I saw you chewing bubble gum, blowing bubbles. So for me, that's carefree. You're on your way to work in the morning.
Who are you again? Which one is this one?
Pam. She wants to know if she's going back to work. She was sick.
Okay. Huh.
I get that there may be a letter or something that needs to be signed, like the doctor has to sign off, because they're showing me a piece of paper on a desk and a pen and somebody in a white coat. So maybe you're waiting for that final approval. And if they're showing it to me as him signing, I'm assuming that you're all better.
Pam, I'm getting a spirit here, but and I think but its name is not your name, so I don't know if it's for you. This is either a James or a John Brown. It's a J sound. James or John, Jerry. No, not Jerry. James or John Brown. I see him Yeah, he's chatting with. I'm getting hold on. Let me. Sorry, I'm trying to connect to figure this out. I'm getting two. I'm getting like James and John, but James is coming through. James is coming through. Um, James, was he a did he have a? Would you have a grandfather or
Her,
a great
her
grandfather?
grandfather was James Brown.
Okay,
Wait a
because
minute.
yes, I'm getting James. Um, um, Again, grandfather energy. It's interesting. You say you're Canada, but I'm seeing him in a military uniform. Oh no, I get it. Oh no, I get it. I'm sorry, I get it. He was Canadian, so he wasn't from. I was getting the feeling like he was in Belgium, but he's not Belgique. He's from Canada. The uniform is because he fought in Belgium. So he fought in Belgium. I'm trying to place it. They were doing trench warfare, and he's showing me time. He's showing me mustard gas. Oh my God, he survived mustard gas. This dude survived mustard gas. So it was World War One, because I know mustard gas is World War One. Your grandfather was in World War One. He survived it, by the way. I see him. I see him coming home. 1919. I see him coming home. I see the victory. So he came back home. He survived it. He did not die there. He's here. But again, why is he confusing? He's he's playing with John James and John James, John James, and so I don't know what the John's for, but because again, it's like this, he's throwing out that name too. Is his middle name John? Because I'm getting John Brown and James Brown. So John. I'm like, why John? I don't know. Anyway, the point is that he's here, and wow, he's interesting. He had an interesting life. He actually enjoyed, even though when he came back,
Her husband is John.
Say what? I'm sorry?
Her husband is John.
Her husband's John. Okay, so he's bringing, but his name. Okay, he's bringing my attention to John. Okay. Because he keeps telling me, he told me John. He kept telling me John. So okay, it's good. So John. Interesting. So is John, does John have a good sense of humor, but a strange sense of humor then? Because he's giving me something. He's kind of helping me understand about a strange kind of sense of humor, and I don't know if it's his. But again, he keeps saying John. So does John have a strange sense of humor? Does John kind of quirky with his humor? Is he that kind of guy, or is it one of those guys that are kind of quiet, and then when they say something that's funny, you're like really funny because you're not used to him saying? I don't know. He's giving me the sense of quirky, but he's bringing my attention to John. So are you and John getting along okay? Are you talking to John? Are you having communication with John? Are you making sure that because again, he's bringing John to my attention. He wants you to understand. So make sure that again that you're communicating with John, that you and John are getting along well, and that there's an open conversation with you and John. I need to put my eyeballs on so I can read these things, but I didn't want to read anything until I get through this because I didn't want to be distracted and I didn't want direction. But anyway, make sure that you and John are, connect with John. I mean, have the conversation. Talk with John. Make sure that things are open. There's a dialogue there, okay? Because he's bringing me to John. He's also talking about John's humor, and he's like, give him a chance. Give him a chance to show that humor. I don't know. Anyway, but he's with you all the time. He's one of your spirit guides, and he's there to help you navigate conflict. So that's his job. When you feel like you're in a conflicting situation, don't be surprised if you feel his energy. And when he's around, you'll feel kind of a musty smell. He's telling me he has kind of a musty smell he leaves. So when you're sitting at home and you feel a bit of musty smell, that's him there. It's kind of a weird thing that he would tell me, but that's what he's telling me. He doesn't have an odor. He doesn't have a cologne. He doesn't have cigarettes. He has a musty smell to him. So when you're around and you smell that musty smell, that's actually your granddad with you. Okay? So Angie, I'll let you go on with anything else, and I'm going to catch up on what she may have said.
I don't have anything else. That was good.
Yes. And my grandfather was very stern. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I knew it wasn't his kind of humor, so it must have been. Okay. My husband's John. Super. World War I and II, he was in France. Yeah, no, ask somebody in your family. I'm telling you, your grandfather was in Belgium as well. In World War I, your grandfather was in Belgium. I saw him specifically in Belgium. I saw him. He wasn't part of the Maginot Line. He was again. He was in France, yes, but I guarantee he was in Belgium. I saw him in Belgium. I specifically saw him in a trench in Belgium, and Belgium rolled quickly. I remember, but they fought back and took it. Ask your family. I guarantee he was in Belgium. I guarantee it. So anyway, not to tell you your own history, but I'm telling you what I saw, and he was very visible with me, showing me where he was. Yes, he was in France, but he came in through France and went to Belgium. He wound up in Belgium as he pushed the Germans back. Okay, that's what I saw. Anyway, great experience. He's a handsome man too. He had like an angular face, like this, dark hair, and he wore a uniform well. Very handsome man. So there you go. And not to be played with. He had a very severe look. He was not to be played with. John would not be approved by him. Well, guess what? I think he approves of him now because he seems to be telling you to make sure you take care of John. Okay, make sure you communicate.
Yeah, because if he's sending you a message about him, then yeah, he is approved.
Yeah. Because he probably sees that your happiness lies with the person you're with, so he wants you to be happy. So there you go.
I love it.
So, all right.
Mediumship.
I'm working on it.
Margaret, does Margaret not have a question? She just said, "Can I be added?" So if so, I'll just do a general. Okay. Is Margaret still here? Margaret, are you still here? When I asked what is it that you want Margaret to know, I heard the show's not over. Go ahead and go. This will provide you the stability because that's the first card that came out was the Emperor, and the Emperor for me is like stability, strength, structure, protection. People who can, take care of you, or take care of a situation like a positive male figure. I don't know that if that's the energy that you're in. She says she does have a question. Where's your question? Well, I already started the general reading. You're looking for stability. I heard, oh, well, maybe that's why they said the show's not over. Go ahead and go. So yes, I would think that would be a yes to move it. Oh, that's what they said. Okay, the show's not over. Go ahead and go. Then they showed me you were trying to provide some stability. I don't know if you move around a lot or not. I got Empress energy also. So this could be two things. In this way, I'm not getting pregnancy, I don't think, but Empress could be pregnancy, but it also could just be you sitting in your maturity, your sexuality, you knowing who you are, you having that inner knowledge and that nurturing energy for you right now. So I'm getting so you want to know if you'll move. Since they said, will you it's not over, let's go. I'm giving that a yes that you are going to move on April 1st. When I ask, I could have just did the pendulum. But when I asked, are you going to move? Is Margaret going to move on April 1st? I hear a yes, and now I'm showing a yes. So I got a yes on that. I heard the money will come through. So is that what you're waiting on, the money, to make sure you have enough money? The money will come through, or whatever approvals you need to have will come through, because they're showing me check marks like check, check, check. So I got a yes, waiting on paperwork. Okay, yeah. So that's what I got for her now.
Sorry. Yeah, anyway, I was distracted. Margaret. All right, Margaret. Will you move by April 1? That's a yes, no question. Okay. Let's do a yes, no answer. I got chills, they're multiplying, and I'm losing control.
What song is that, Don? I can't.
It's the Living in John and John Travolta song. You better shape up, because I need a man.
Oh, I'm like, why do I know it, but I don't know it?
You're the one that I want. That's the song. You're the one that I want. You're the one.
Oh, see, I'm like, why do I know it, but
Yep.
I don't know it?
Exactly. Yep. You're the one.
Okay.
I'm seeing 5 to 1 odds. 5 to 1 odds. Yeah, maybe a little delayed. 5 to 1 odds. Yeah, maybe a little delayed. So yeah, you may focus on April 1.
What cards are those guys?
This is the Wandering
Okay.
Wandering Tarot.
Uh-huh.
You know, I ran to the half price books again. You know me and my half price books.
Oh no, I just hadn't seen them before.
Yeah.
They're nice. I like them.
Yeah, they're very cool.
I like the black and white. That's the contrast of that.
Yeah, it's a little different, and I like that for that reason. Whoa,
It
holy
is.
crap! Cards came flying. But it's the cards is saying again, be chill about it. You're gonna move. Just be chill, okay? Don't get your you know, what do you call it, your blood pressure. Don't get your blood pressure. Okay?
But you know what? I know her pain when you just want to know. You just want
Yeah.
that final answer. You're, like everything in your life is in limbo. Am I staying here or am I moving forward? Am I, you know, what am I doing? Should I be packing? And so many things are going through your head. So I do understand your frustration, Margaret.
Mhm.
But hopefully everything will move forward for you. Keep putting that positive energy out there. Literally, when you wake up in the morning, visualize yourself waking up in your home, in your new place, because that's what I did before I moved here. I knew visually how I wanted the room to look. I knew how I wanted my living room to look. I knew how I wanted, you know, my dishes and everything to be in the kitchen. So visualize yourself in there, and then say our affirmation every morning. I believe in infinite abundance. All my wants and needs are met. So if that's what you want, that'll be a need that's met.
Look at this card. It's not meant for anyone specific. I just saw it. Look at that card.
Oh, that's nice. What is? Oh, judgment.
Isn't that cool with the eye? And it's like the moon, the eye, and then everything coming out. It's just like there's something very unique about that card.
Wow, that's a different interpretation.
It is. Isn't that something? By the way, folks, show us a little love. Give us a little attention, because we like it when you give us a little attention. And the way you give us attention is by those subscribe buttons, those follows buttons, but most importantly, the like and shares as well. So if you're on Facebook, let's do this one. And on YouTube, we subscribe. And if we wind up saying something that pisses you off, well, this is all I have to say to you.
Don't get mad, Swan.
And if you missed it,
I love
like I say, if you missed it the first
I
time,
love that one.
if you missed it the first time, here we go one more time, so you don't.
Don't get mad, Swan.
And if you think that we really worry about it too much, no, we don't.
Look at my face. Don't do it. No, don't do it. No, no.
That's one of my favorites right there. Especially with Lucy and Ethel, and you're doing the no. Folks, I promise you, Angie did not sit for that video.
It was just a cold thing. We like got off of a live one day, and Don was like, "Let's go into Zoom," and he just recorded me saying all those little things.
Exactly. And then I found the videos and the little things to catch up. So where they
put it together.
And it's like that cannot be.
And that one lined up perfect. I don't know how you did it, but you did it perfect.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
I love that. That's my favorite of all the things I've done. That's absolutely one of my favorites. That plus my own fade-in kind of thing, but I love it. And of course, there is one more that Angie specifically wanted. And after we did it, it was perfect, and we play it all the time. And this is also one of my favorites.
Am I the drama? Could it be?
That is also one of my favorites.
That is one of my favorites. That was my first favorite. Like, oh my gosh, look at me.
I had to go back and find old footage to find that. And I was like going through, I'm like, oh God, I gotta submit that. So
it was at the very end of the broadcast. I remember I remember.
Yeah. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So come on, folks, give us that love. Hit some likes up there, get some shares going on, and of course, subscribe and follow. And by the way, if you tell me I can't figure out how to find YouTube, guess what? We have that taken care of for you. All you have to do is focus on this right here. take your camera on your phone, click your camera, and post it there and take a picture of that. And this will take you to Angie's YouTube page. Once this comes up,
and make sure you click subscribe.
Exactly. So again, we see the thing here, see it. It's all pretty. Oh, it's so nice. And you hit the camera. Oh, look at that. The camera. Oh, camera comes up, and then you point this way, and it's like boom, and then you get the little white label on the bottom there, and you click the little white label. Oh my goodness, look at this. Oh my, there you go.
Look at Don giving us a tutorial.
And then you hit the subscribe. If you do all this
Boom.
and you don't hit subscribe, you ain't getting it.
It was all for nothing.
So please hit the subscribe. And when you get done with Angie's, then please go ahead and do it with mine. There you go. The same project.
Share the love on both sides.
Exactly.
Don will be live tomorrow.
Yes, and folks, believe it or not, we can see when people scan that because it pops up on the top. So Angie and I can see when y'all scan it or not. So don't tell us you're scanning when you're not scanning, because we won't. We'll tell you. We can tell you. With that said, let's get moving on. Who do we have next?
Okay, wait, was it Nikki Fry, King? Okay, Nikki Fry.
Oh, and by the way, this is Angie's Facebook page. If you're a Facebook user and not a YouTube user, go to Facebook.
I look so useful.
Yeah, that's a good picture of you. So there you go. And then if you want to go to my website or to my Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Twitch, guess what? Well, mine, you just have to click here and go there. When you go here, it'll give you the options. So you can go to all the options there. So again, we're helping you guys out. We're making it as easy for you as
figure it out.
Exactly.
Don took all the guesswork out. You just basically got to point and shoot.
Point and shoot. Exactly. Get those fingers clicking. There you go. And by the way, if you don't have a camera or if you're on your phone, you look into the chats, and in the chats, you should be able to click on those things because they came out in the thing, I think. I don't know for sure. So there you go.
I've seen them in the chat. They do.
Okay.
Yesterday when you were on with Susan and Bonnie, I saw the links for Susan and for Bonnie in the chat on YouTube. Definitely. I don't know about the other ones, but definitely I saw it on YouTube.
Okay, good. So there you go.
Okay, so Nikki Fry wants to know if they'll get a raise. And so okay, this is a good and bad situation because the first thing I got was the 10 of Swords, which is to me the ending. I don't read reversals. It came out in reverse, but I don't read reversals. So I got an ending, a painful ending, something that could be you leaving this job. So that could be painful if it's not by your own accord, but I get like leaving this job. But then the next card I got was a Sun card, which is the best thing that you could have. That's freedom, that's achievement, that's happiness, that's joy. Like that's the sun, shining down on you. So maybe after this heartache, you get this new opportunity. But then it's also your money's coming in, but it's coming in very slowly because I got the Knight of Pentacles. But that's also a dependable person. That's a person who knows routine, who's patient. So you're patient with this situation. I feel like you've waited a long time for this raise to come or for this money to come in, and you're going to get it. You're going to get the stability that you want. That's that leadership. That's that emperor. That's that father figure. That's that stability that you want. I love the Emperor card because for me it's stability, and stability to me is enough money to pay all the bills or make all the ends meet, to buy the things you need, the food, the clothes, have the transportation you want. That's stability. So that's how I see it. I don't know what stability is for you, but that's how I see it. So, and then the pain could be that you don't get the promotion in the way that you want, or you don't get as much as you want, but it could just be the end of a situation, or the end of you not making the amount of money you want. But it seems like it's going to be something painful. But every card after that was good because it's all about you getting, that happiness, that joy, that you're that dependable person, you're that reliable person, so you're the go-to person. And then I also got the stability of the Emperor. So I think it's a good thing for you.
Nikki.
So
sorry, Angie, go ahead.
Oh no, you're going.
No, I was going to say, Nikki, are you relatively new though to this position? Because it seems like I see you. It's interesting because I see you walking gently, like if you're treading lightly because you're learning or something, or are you treading lightly because there's like a very what do you call it? A very kind of hazardous or toxic environment that you have to walk carefully around people with. I don't know. Does any of this resonate with you in that sense? Because I'm getting that kind of energy. And so my question would be, with that energy, is the raise the question? Is the raise really the question, or is it something more about? I don't know. Is it more about your comfort zone of where you are, and if you're in the right place, something like that? I don't know.
Is Kina still back there?
Yeah, Kina's here.
Oh, I was telling her to put up "Angels Will Fly" comment because she was saying sort of the same things. It's the answer. It's a hollow victory. Like maybe you'll get it, or it won't be exactly what you want. And maybe that's what she said she's been there for 4 years. Is this a new position, or are you trying to get to a new position?
Yeah, it's interesting because I saw that new energy that's walking on eggshells kind of deal, and for me, I got the new energy. Yeah.
But it could, that's that 10, that walking on that eggshells could be some kind of disciplinary situation or something where you're fearful of not being able to get the opportunity. Because some places, if you get any ding on if you're in one department, you can't have any negative things on your record for like a year or two before they'll let you go to another department.
Yeah.
So it could be that.
Yeah.
She says no new position. She's been there 4 years. Well, maybe that's what that ending is that you're going to leave, but you're going to get all the things that you want later. It just may not be this, since I'm getting that. That was the very first card that came out, was this 10 of Swords.
The only other thing that came to me was gone fishing. Gone fishing. So I don't know. Gone fishing. Do you fish? Do you fish? Because I'm getting gone fishing. Interesting.
Exactly.
So maybe you need to go fishing. Maybe you need a break. I don't know. I don't know. I saw a new position. That's all I get. New position. Walking.
So again, that's a yes on the raise. It just may not be in the way that she wants the raise to be. So I get the raise, but we all have in our mind that we want it one way, and then the universe doesn't have it for us that way. So definitely I get a yes on increasing your money and getting more income, but I don't know that it's going to be with this position. And that's why I think we're all getting like these, this kind of unsure or confusing energy, because I just don't see it being you in the same position. Maybe it's something new. That was really murky.
Yeah, it wasn't quite direct. Or at least mine felt very indirect. It was weird. So, and I don't think she goes fishing because she said no to fishing. I think the no is my fishing question. For some reason, I'm just going fishing. I don't know. So, anyway, next, Kina.
All right, Kina, who's next?
Gone country. Back to the root. Gone country.
Is there a future ahead for Ann and Mike? I got yes, but I don't know that it'll be romantic because I got kind of like not romantic is what I heard. So I got a yes, but I don't think that it'll be romantic. I can give you a one card. I mean, oh dang, that one already chipped over. So let's see what that is. I didn't even ask the question. It was like, here I go. Oh, here it is. Oh, I got oh shoot. So I got the Lover. So maybe it is romantically. Bam. That you can't get better than that. The Lovers.
No, especially if you're asking the question. I love questions.
In the love reading, I asked what was it? What was the outcome going to be? That was a question that was for me. So I got the Lover. So I do see it. That's a nice romantic future. The pendulum said yes. So there you go. And then Angels Will Fly, because she's also reading you in the comments. She said you made the decision. It's just going to take a while. So again, those are all yeses. That's all moving in a positive direction. So like I said, the Lover's card, you can't get better than that. Love, soulmates, kindred spirits, perfect unions, all good stuff. There you go.
I'm going to defer to you on Angie on this one because I'm not getting any energy. So I'm just going to defer to you on this one.
And the card came out quickly, and the pendulum
It
said
did.
yes. So there you go, Miss Ann. I hope that
Yeah.
helps.
Everybody, if we could take a minute break right here and explain pendulums. If you have never seen them or used them before, you see us use cards a lot because that's what we do. But pendulums, Angie, like Angie was used. Angie, can you show it again? Pendulums are great. They can be great for yes/no questions. You can do this yourself at home, believe it or not. You take something that's precious to you. It could be a stone. It could be even your own necklace of some kind. And you take it.
I have two. My second one is a necklace.
There you go. Exactly. And you take it, and again, your energy is infused in it. That's important. And then once your energy is infused in it, then you take the necklace or whatever, hold it, and then hold it at both ends so where it's not moving, and make sure it's straight up and down so where it won't swing as soon as you let go. And then ask it a yes/no question that you already know. So again, a yes question, it's like, do I have kids? It would be yes. And then a second one, if it does the same thing twice, or even 3 times if you want to test it, and it's an answer you want that you know, and it does the same thing for all 3, and they're all yes or whatever, then you know what a yes looks like. And then you can ask the question. And you don't need any special skills. There's not a skill thing about this. It is energy. It's all about energy. So you can ask the yes/no questions of things you don't know then, because you know what a yes looks like on your.
And I also tell it, just to make sure my direction doesn't change, I'll say, show me a yes. And then it'll start spinning in a circle, and that's my yes. So then I'll stop it, and I'll say, show me a no. And it'll go back and forth. That's my no. So you can ask it to show you too.
Exactly.
Just to confirm either way.
Yep. And then once you know what that is, then ask your question that you don't know and wait for it to do its thing. And you'll be surprised how often it is accurate. We've done this in our classes before. We've done this in groups before. And very seldom do we have anybody who doesn't. Now, again, if you're somebody who poo-poos it, and you're somebody who's like, well, you may not get quite the reaction you expect. But if you're somebody who gives it the respect it deserves and say, you know what, I'm going to make this work, I'm going to put my energy into it, don't be surprised if you...
And don't complicate your questions where it could be a yes, but a maybe.
Exactly.
Will
I get married? It's like if you're looking to see if you're going to marry John, and then say, marry John, and not say, will I get married? Because you may be asking, will I get married to John? But you just ask, will I get married? And yeah, you may eventually down the road. And then you get pissed when you don't marry John. But then you realize, I didn't ask John about John. I said marriage in general.
So be specific, but don't be complicated.
Exactly.
Don't be like, am I going to start school June 3rd at blah, blah, blah.
For this much.
That's a lot. It's a pendulum, not a magic wand.
Exactly. It doesn't translate well. So make it, and you can ask multiple questions that build one on the other, which is nice too. So like if it's a complicated situation, break it down into various questions which build on each other. And that's like, if you were to take Angie's example, you could break, will I get a job? Will it make this much money? Will I be blah, blah, with this hours? And again, then you can ask different questions. So again, but yes, no, always yes, no. If you confuse it, believe me, it'll just sit there and spin.
Or you'll get the wrong answer. There's nothing like asking one question and getting the answer to something that wasn't really what you asked. Like you were just saying, like, will I get married? Yeah, overall, you will get married. But what you wanted to know is, will you get married to John? But you didn't ask that.
Yes. And somebody says, I've used Angels Will Fly says, I've used someone's pair of crafting scissors tied around their yarn before as a pendulum, and it did work. Yes, anything will work as long as it hangs and will move. I mean, it'll work. But you don't want anything that's too light, because either that or you don't want any breeze blowing, because again, you don't want outside forces doing this. So it has to have a little teeny bit of weight at least, so where it doesn't blow in the wind. But then again, most of us don't have wind in our house, just so that you know.
And have a steady hand. You don't have to help it out. It'll move.
Exactly. Angels Will Fly says, oddest pendulums I've ever made, but hey, college calls for strange things. Absolutely. You do what you got to do.
Will my career take place in the next month? Wait, what? What's coming up for Shauna in the next month regarding her career? That's how I'm going to do that. And I don't want these cards; they feel a little off center for this one, so I'm going to use these. And let me shuffle them up a little bit. So, Don, if you get anything, you can go ahead while I'm trying to shuffle these cards.
Gina McCaffrey, what we just talked about with the pendulum would work well for your question in your own home. You could do that. You can do this. If you have a necklace, if you have a piece of jewelry, hang it on a chain and do this. You probably will not need us to answer that question for you, because you and your pendulum will be that's a yes, no question. So you may want to try it, Gina.
So, okay. Oh, geez, oh, Pete. You said, will my career take off? And I asked, what is coming up for Shawana in the next month regarding her career? And I got walking away. I got the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is moving on and walking away from something. So I don't know if it's a current position or the current career that you have for something else, but I got a moving on, walking away. Then I got you feeling bound, like you're stuck in this position and you don't want to be here, or you're stuck in this situation. So I'm assuming if you're asking, you got the Hangman, yeah. So I'm assuming if you're asking, will my career pick up, that you are feeling stuck and stagnant. So that's right on time. And they're saying it's time for you to move on. But then I got the Ace of Wands. So it's new. That's a new opportunity in career. And so it is coming. But I feel like I heard the word creativity over and over and over. So it'll be something that uses more of your creative side. And that could be anything. Yeah. So it's coming for you. You got the 8 of Swords too? Oh my gosh, right on. Okay, so
And then
that's a double confirmation. You're feeling stuck.
and then
And with
Ace of
that, man,
Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles.
oh, see, all those aces, that's all good stuff coming
New
for
stuff.
you. So the ending of all this feeling stuck and stagnant, you're gonna move on, and then that new opportunity is coming for you. So I see it. I see a big change. So maybe it's an industry change, like something as huge as that, where maybe you were, I don't know, a teacher, and now you want to be a musician. Like those are big industry changes. One is like I would think that the beautician would be something that would give you the creative opportunities that you want. I mean, the teaching could too, but I'm just seeing you leaving the industry or changing over to something different. And it's a drastic change, but a positive one. And that's all I got down.
Super. Next.
Oh, you want to be a motivational speaker? Oh. Is Neil going to come back around? Well, Lord,
Look at my face. Don't do it. No. Don't do it. No. No.
I got that. I saw that pop up on the screen just a minute ago, and I'm like, And when I say that, I mean it.
And you know what? They showed me her sitting on her bed crying with her knees up, and her, you know how you're sitting in the bed with your knees up and you're kind of wrapping around crying, you know, wanting it to be over. And now that it's over, wishing that you could have him back. And the question that was presented to me is, why do you want him back? Like, what is it? Is it that you just missed the attention? Because they showed me you crying in your bed. So I don't know if that's because of something that you've done or because of something that he did, but they showed me you sitting in your bed crying, wanting it to be over, wanting the pain to be done. And then they show me you now wanting him back. So I'm not exactly sure.
And why would you want him back? I mean, come on, be strong, be strong, be strong. Do not go back there. Move on, because there's a new one in front. So do not foreclose a new opportunity. And did you see these? Did you pay attention, young lady? What I'm telling you, this is major arcana. This is major arcana. This is major arcana. This is not to be trifled with. This is not, okay, a 3 or a 4 of whatever. These are 3 major arcana cards that answered your question directly, 3, and these are major impacts in your life. Do not go backwards. Stay strong. Move on. Move on. Move. Where's the move card? Let me get, there you go. Move on. Move on, because there's something better out there for you. This is not where you need to be. And again, these are not minor arcana. Major arcana is a smack upside your head saying clearly, pay attention to what I'm telling you. So don't ignore this. Do not fall back into this situation. If it comes around, you know what? Get your mace out. Get something out. And it's like, no, this is not good. When you get 3 major arcana cards telling you this, damn, you better listen, because I'm telling you what, if you don't, you will wind up in that ball that Angie talked about. You will be sitting there and you'll be wishing to hell because you missed a better opportunity that's laying down the road. Okay, don't foreclose your opportunities. You know, you have free will. You can do whatever you want. And you know, I don't like doing love readings, but this one, man, the cards were screaming. So
exactly.
Listen to Papa when he talks about it, because I don't.
And I didn't even pull any cards. That was just visually them showing me you and your misery. Yep. So. Oh wow. I don't care. Who's next, Keena? Oh, because the last person isn't here. Okay. And W is next. No, we already did Ann. Arkisha's next. Arkisha, are you still here? Is it Arkisha? Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Gussie, nice to see you in and nice to see you out. Bye. Lord. Arkisha says she is still here. Aaron, I don't care if you had a strong connection, a weak connection. I don't care if you connected at the damn hip, and I don't care if you sabotage or he sabotaged it. I'm telling you what the cards said. The cards made it very clear. Don't go back. Go forward. Do not go back. You will be winding up in the Angie ball she talked about. Don't do it. But if you want to do it, because it sounds like you're kind of determined that, I wanted them to tell me that I need to go back, and you didn't get what you wanted. You didn't get the answer you wanted, so you don't want to hear it. And I'm telling you, that's fine, because you have to.
Well, they show me like she's like kind of listening to multiple readers and kind of like trying to get the answer that she wants. Like, oh, well, they said yes, and they said yes, and 3 out of 4 said yes, so the answer is yes, and just not being happy with it at all. But again, you could have done the pendulum for that.
Exactly. And just to hammer it home one more time, my dear, to be clear.
Don't do it.
Look at my face. Don't do it. No. Don't do it. No.
Ethel, Lucy and Ethel, that's the best part.
It truly is. It truly is.
I like her at the beginning going, no. That's nice too, but them right on point. They were.
Especially when they look at each other. They're kind of like, it's like this. I love it. Oh, my Lord. All right.
Oh my goodness.
Replying to Arkisha.
Aaron Better is coming, so please be looking forward to that.
Any insight on will I be taking a male friend to my friend's wedding in Jamaica?
That's another yes, no.
Exactly.
Will Arkisha take a male friend to her friend's wedding in Jamaica in October? Dang, that's a big question. I got a yes. And then you know what I heard, but you knew that, like you have many options that you to choose from as far as friends who will accompany you there because you look nice. What you wanted to know is if a specific person was going to go, and I don't think that specific person is going to go, but they're saying you have many options as far as who you can take there. Like you have many onlookers or many people who want you. And so, yes, you can pick any of those, but the specific person that you want, I'm hearing a no.
Arkisha, I'll give you my frequent flyer number. If you're paying, baby, I'm there. I'll volunteer myself. Heck yeah.
Are you seeing somebody now? Because I got death, which is the ending, like the end of a relationship or the end of something. So if you're thinking, am I gonna take the person that I'm currently seeing? I'm getting that maybe as a no, because that's an ending. It's also a transformation, but I'm getting you seeing yourself in a new light, like actually seeing yourself, maybe not the way that the men see you, but in a better light than you've seen yourself before. And then I got that there's a decision you have to make, like, is it worth staying in this situation or moving forward? Or maybe it's you choosing between several different people. There is a choice that you have to make, and you're gonna do it head over heart. Like there's a decision that you have to make. And with the Two of Swords, that's, that head over heart, you're gonna use your logic instead of your heart to make the decision. So that's what I got. So that's what I got from Miss Arkeisha.
Okay, who is next, Gina?
Madeline, when she left, right?
Yeah, she had to leave, and she asked if we would still do that, and then
I'll still go ahead and do
replay. And she had a question too, a specific question. I thought.
What's next in my love life?
Oh, maybe we won't do her. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh Lord.
All right. What's the future energy for Madeline? Oh, as soon as I said that, a card popped out. So I got it turning in your favor. I get that you're going to have a good love situation coming up. Let me see if I can get a card to clarify the Wheel of Fortune regarding your love life. Then I got the High Priestess, and that's another one. I'm single, just dating, no one special right now. Okay. Oh my God, my nose is always itching. Then I got the High Priestess, and that's again knowing that's kind of seeing behind the veil, being able to use your intuition to know who's the right person for you. Like when you see, again, they're showing me red flags. When you see those red flags, knowing, nope, go ahead, move on. Don't try to fight for it. You're more of a, oh, I see his potential type person, and they want you to stop seeing their potential and see them in reality. So that's one of the things that I got, is see them for who they are and not for what you want them to be. And so then the second thing I got, one more card to wrap it all up for your love life. I got, damn, the death card is just popping out. And y'all see me shuffling this card. It is not playing. Transformation. Look, everybody ended something. Everybody got some transformation to do. But again, I like this because it's the end, but I think it's the end of you seeing yourself as small, because they show you bent over like this. So it's the end of you seeing yourself as small and realizing who you are. Like spreading your wings is how they're showing it to me next. And then, exactly, Kena, that's exactly what I thought. And then I got the King of Cups, and the King of Cups has come out for me a lot. And I've learned that it's about trusting that your knowledge, your ability, your wisdom, and knowing that the information that you're receiving and that you're to understand it to be truth. So for me, the King of Cups has been truth, but it's also somebody who is nurturing and caring, and who is I believe it was patient is one of the things I looked up about it too. But somebody who has that emotional intelligence and knows how to make a nice decision. So that's what I got.
Super. Well,
you, Miss
Madeline, hope that works out. Hopefully things can come along that make you happy, and worth the replay there. So check it out. Also, folks, the weekend is coming in front of us, and the first of the month. And guess what? Yes, it's true. I'm returning to my weekly and monthly readings. Yes, and yes. So if you have YouTube, if you are on YouTube and you have me as one of your folks, You will see my reading.
We've been waiting, Don.
I hear you. And this is one of, I've already done the things. Look at this. This is what is going to look like for the Aquarius thumbnail. So you'll look for that Aquarius thumbnail. And when you see it, you'll know it's from me. Anyway, that's the Aquarius one. And I'm going to show you one more. This one's the Gemini one. So again, I've been playing with some graphics. So this is the thumbnail.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so when they pop up, they are they're for the chat screens to, they're not chat screens, I'm sorry, they're the monthly. So this will be the month of April reading. And again, it's for YouTube. So if you have not gone to my YouTube channel and subscribed, or if you don't have a YouTube channel, a YouTube subscription yet, get to it. It's free, does not cost anything. But most importantly, go here, click here, subscribe here, and when I'm going to do one for each of the zodiac signs, and it'll be for the entire month of April. So get out there, get up there, make sure you're on the subscription, and you'll get dinged when I post it, okay? So yeah, thumbnail. Those are my thumbnails. And they're different ones. Each sign has its own thumbnail. So if you haven't subscribed yet, do so, and be ready because the uploads are coming in the next day or two. So
did you say dailies and monthlies? Or just
I'm going back to monthlies and weeklies, but I'm also going back to daily downloads too. The daily downloads will start again, which I love the daily downloads, and I got distracted, but I'm getting back to them. So the daily downloads run across all social medias. The monthlies and weeklies only go to YouTube and Facebook, and I think this time it's only YouTube. We'll see. But again, so if you're on Facebook, please go over to YouTube, okay? With that said, and while I'm at it, don't forget, if you haven't done so with Angie yet, make sure you do this and get to Angie and make sure you subscribe for her as well. Okay, folks? So let's see. Who is our next reader, Kina? Our next person to be read? Our next sitter, I guess you call it. So thank you, Linda. Miss Linda, thank you so much.
Oh, we don't have anybody else?
Ain't nobody. We'll say, what? That's a first for us. 11 folks watching.
I saw a lady who asked, but I don't know what her question was.
Make me, so there's, yeah, interesting, yeah. We've never had that before. It's kind of interesting. This early. We were too good.
That's that East Coast, taking all the, putting everybody to sleep. I would just like to say we did a lot of love readings, and I was very nice. I didn't even say, like, you know what, get over it. I was really nice. I pulled your cards. I read your horoscope or your future, and I was very nice with all the love readings. I feel like we had an overabundance of them tonight.
Yes, and back to back, continuously. Not just abundance, but back to back. Crystal says, dang.
And I don't know that many of them, were they good? Well, you know what? They're all a blur because I blurred them out really fast, but were any of them good?
I don't know. I knew the one was very strong for Aaron, unfortunately, which wasn't. It was like, go back, the edge is near. It's like the Disney ride. Go back, the edge is near.
Don't do it, people. Don't do it.
Exactly.
Hello, April. Oregon. What was it? O'Grady? No, O'Grady. Oh, I like that. Everyone is nice, April.
April.
Hi, Luann. Oh, I like the way you say it.
April O'Grady. We are fine. We are fine, April O'Grady. April, would you like a reading before we pop out of here? We got a little extra time.
All right, Angels is back too.
April, if you have a question, let us know if you would like a reading.
Or Luann.
Yep, either one. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. Please, folks, subscribe on YouTube. The monthlies and weeklies are starting again. So if you want to know what's happening for your zodiac sign for the month, make sure that.
And I like the dailies. I do like the daily downloads.
Yeah, they're fun for me.
Let's be quick on it. Of course, you want a general, April. You don't have anything going on that you want to ask a specific question about? All right.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
I guess I'll do a general.
Linda says the song Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places popped into her mind.
Okay, that's good. What do you think?
Dreaming of. Now you have me singing it in my head.
Every card that's come out has been Pentacles. This is very much about money. Jesus Pete, like I have 3 cards out and they're all Pentacles. Okay, so I got first, it was you said general, so I got like budgeting, like holding on to something too tight. So if it's not your money, holding on to it too tight, but being maybe very thrifty and watching every cent, knowing what goes out and what comes in. So that's not a good or a bad. It's not a bad thing. It could also be a good thing. You're holding on and you're making sure that you understand what's going in and what's going out. And if that's not money, then it could be you holding on to somebody or something too tight. But the next thing I got was that I'm being left out in the cold. And for me, this is kind of you thinking like, oh, it's been tight, here and there. And I want to make sure that I don't like my reserve or that my money doesn't get too low. Like I'm not spending too crazy and that I'm aware. Like I feel like times have been a little bit hard. This is kind of that poverty mindset or that, or that lack mindset. So again, this is you being very cautious about the money that you're spending because you've been in that lack mindset or in that situation. But then I got a balancing of the resources, which is good, which takes me back to the budgeting, because if you're balancing your resources, the money coming in versus what's going out, then that's a good thing. And so then let me get an overall energy for you. And let's see what the last card is, or the overall energy for you regarding this general reading. Okay, I'm not getting anything else. So Don, you can go ahead.
Okay. My mustache is itching like crazy all of a sudden. Huh. Interesting. Why is that significant? April, your dad, did he pass over? Is your dad passed over? And did he have a mustache, like a big fluffy mustache? Because I'm being drawn to mine. Did your dad pass over? Is he on the other side? Because I'm getting the energy of a dad. And I'm getting this here. And you have what, 2? I don't know.
She said yes. She said yes and yes, so I guess that means beard and yes, Pastor.
No beard. I don't see a beard. I'm not getting beard. I'm getting only mustache. Is that right? It was not beard, right? Only mustache? Because my beard is not. I don't feel my beard at all.
Or maybe mustache. I said beard. I'm sorry.
Okay. Because I'm like, oh my God, yeah, I'm getting this. It's like itching like crazy all of a sudden. So it was like being drawn to that attention. Did he do some kind of crazy little dance thing? It's like, I don't know if he was kidding or something, but he's doing this kind of little like this in like a leisure suit, and just like this crazy little thing. Did he have a?
I immediately thought Night at the Roxbury. Oh my goodness.
Say again?
I immediately thought about Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like he's doing this. You know what it makes? God, I don't mean to insult him, so please don't be insulted. But it reminds me of like when Urkel tried to do the dance. Like it's like it looks a little funny but awkward at the same time. That's kind of what I'm getting. But I'm getting the leisure suit type of, like a feeling of a leisure suit. I don't know your age, but I'm feeling like he was. He was a kid of. I mean, he was a kid of that time. So anyway, he's and you have. Again, he's showing me boys. So you have some boys. You have 2 boys. Is that what I'm getting? 2 boys. Interesting. Yes. Do you have 2 boys? Did you answer the question? Let me put my eyeballs on.
The yes was before you asked the question. Oh, so now she's saying yes. I think that's to the 2 boys.
Did we win on the scratch? 2 boys. Okay, good. Anyway, sorry. I was like, anyway, yes. So he's here, and he's he's a character. I just like it. Yeah. Anyway, he just wanted to let you know he's here, April, and that he came through. But he's drawn me to your boys. So give him a little extra love and a little extra attention. Okay, just give him a little extra love and attention because he's kind of drawn me to them, and again needs attention. So give him a little extra love and attention. Okay, that's all. Nothing major. He just popped in to say hello and say that, you know. So there you go. Was there somebody else, or are we done? Did we win on those scratch offs last night? Crystal's asking, did you win?
She's talking about me and my scratch offs. I don't even know where they are.
Say what?
Oh wait, they're in the window under cinnamon stick.
Oh, okay. No end hold 'em, no end hold 'em. Yeah, that's what Angels was hearing. Angels with Blood was hearing in her head.
I like that song. That song comes up a lot for me too.
Is it? That's Kenny Rogers too.
I like it. What was that show that he used to be on with? Is that no? Wait, what's the guy? I'm thinking of Burt. Am I thinking of Burt Reynolds, who had that like nice little sports car and whatever show he was at?
Yeah, Burt Reynolds, okay. Because he was doing the black car with Sally Field when he was doing Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was Burt.
I don't know why when you start singing that song, that's the image that I saw.
Yes. But you know, it's interesting. Burt had a mustache, and Burt had the hair kind of a little bit fuzzy hair, like the father who I was just reading. So I wonder if you're picking up on that energy, because that's what I was getting at, like the bit of a curly kind of hair here and the mustache. And
my mom used to watch that show religiously.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess we are done then. So wow, this is like the first time I think this has happened. We get done early. Wow, put that one in the books. Yeah, I think love reading scared everybody away. They all ran for the hills.
And that's why we don't do love readings. Look, you scared everybody away.
Exactly.
Oh, Keena says she thinks it's a time change. I'm gonna go with what Keena said.
It could be. So with that said, I guess we are out of here. Any exciting plans this weekend, Angie, for your I don't know, you're gonna chill or you're gonna do something crazy or what's going on?
No, let me see. I'm trying to think. Look, I have to check my calendar because I never know what I have planned until I look at my calendar. I know we're going to Vegas next weekend. We're going to a concert, so we'll be in Vegas. But I don't think I have anything this weekend. No.
How about you, Keena?
Anything? Happy hour. We're visiting different happy hour spots.
There you go. That's the way. You should take some video and then post the videos of the happy hours and critique them. You know, let people know. Yes, you can be a Rivera. You can be a Rivera doing the snaps of the food and everything else, you know, but actually turn into videos.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know what? I never thought of, because we usually take pictures of the food we're eating and the drinks or everything, but I never do a video of the atmosphere. And you know, we talk about it once we get in there, like what it's like. So that is something that I could do. So maybe we'll find a new spot. We're trying to go to different places and not to the same place all the time.
Yeah, I hear you. It's hard. It's hard after a while because you hear. I mean, some places you just don't want to go to, you know, and you're like, you know, so you kind of run out of places, and then you hear something exciting, and you're like, okay, I'm going there.
Or you hear about it, and then when you get there, it's just not what you thought it was going to be. Because we heard about this wine bar, and we went there, and it was just okay.
Have you ever been to Postino's? Postino's is on Scottsdale Road by the Fashion Square Mall, right across from Fashion Square Mall. And it's a great little wine bar. The only thing is it doesn't do mixed drinks. Every time I go there, for some reason I forget. And so everybody else is ordering wine. I say, I'll take a Tito's and tonic. And they're like, we don't serve alcohol. We don't serve hard liquor. And I'm like, okay, Diet Coke, please.
Look, you see my face? What? But I do drink wine, so I would be okay. But I would just be a little bit like, what?
Yeah, you know, they're in Houston now. When I was in Houston earlier this year or late last year, they now are in Houston as well. But they started here. They started in Arcadia, and they're nice little bites and stuff, little good stuff to eat. You know who else has a nice Casablanca, no, Queso Blanca, something Blanco. It's on Scottsdale Road as well, but it's up close to Sister's Closet and Sister's Attic. They,
Oh, I know where
yeah,
Sister
they
Closet
have
is.
a really fun happy hour. Very fun.
Happy hour.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's big.
The last one we went to Bar Louie, and they have all these different flavored martinis, and those are really good.
Mhm.
And then they have a martini of the month, and so you can drink as much as you every time you buy one, so much of it goes to like feeding a starving kid, and so you're drinking with a purpose. I like drinking with a purpose.
It gives us all some less guilt.
Exactly. Every martini feeds somebody. So don't look at how many I had. Look at how much good I'm doing in the
Exactly, you're helping people.
exactly.
Yeah, Lord, the altruism is there. It's wonderful.
See, all the time. Always for good. Always for good.
Exactly.
I drink for the kids. That's
She says, "Are y'all in Orlando?" No, we are in Phoenix, Arizona, and
yeah.
Scottsdale.
She says we're listing all the good things directly around her.
Interesting. Yeah. All I know is that if they have a little bit of some munchies, I'm good to go.
Have you heard about the new golf place out in Westgate that Tiger Woods is a part of? It's called gosh, I forgot what it's called. Jeez, oh Pete. But he has a new facility. It's directly across from why can't I Dave and Buster's. So if you know where
I
Dave
know
and
where Dave and
Buster's
Buster's
is,
is. Yeah.
so directly where it used to be like I guess it used to be like a parking lot. It's now a big old golfing facility that Tiger Woods is a part of.
Is it that that
And they're building one in Scottsdale too.
is it that the one the gold where they had the tall thing around they what do you call it, driving range? Is it a driving range where they have the big old screens?
It's kind of like Top Golf, yeah.
Oh, like Top Golf. So it's not Top Golf.
No, it's Pop Stroke. That's what
Well,
it's
I've not
called.
heard of them yet, though. No, I haven't heard.
Eat, Put, Drink, yeah. So it's in the same as Top Golf, but it's just his own facility. And I heard he's making one in Scottsdale too.
Well, we have a Pop something which is going to be in Scottsdale Quarter, but it's in a building.
Pop Smoke, yeah, that may be it because he said I don't know where in Scottsdale, but it's a big, huge facility.
If you you know what is nice to see? Trevor's. Have you been to Trevor's yet? Trevor's is relatively new. It's in Scottsdale. If you go up the 101 to the top part of 101 where Scottsdale Road is there and come down, Trevor's is over in that area, and Trevor's is new over. It's just freshly built, but it is crazy good. And they sell wine, they sell all the alcohols. So they have the store, but then they have the bar too, and they have the foods, and they even have two virtual driving ranges. So they're all it's crazy, crazy. But it's so popular. It's really good. It's a lot of activity. It is by Whole Foods. So if you find Whole Foods, you should be able to find Trevor's. It's not too far from there. Yeah, and when I went over, I thought it was like a soft open before the TPC opened, and so they were doing a soft open to get some of the things worked out, and it was crazy then. I can only imagine what it is now because it's very popular. And they have good prices on alcohol. They're not crazy. They don't go overpriced like some of the other alcohol places in this valley. Some of the places in this valley, they put too much money on the alcohol, too expensive. It's like, you're crazy. Yeah. But people pay it.
Yeah, so we'll probably find another spot to go to somewhere on some side of town and go to that this weekend. And then when we go to Vegas, there's a couple of restaurants that they've been asking about that we're probably going to go to. And then they asked if we want to go to a show. I'm not sure, but definitely a few restaurants they mentioned.
Which ones did they mention? Do you remember one specific in Vegas or what?
One of them was Lola's. It's like a Louisiana restaurant. And I heard they had pretty good gumbo there. And then the other one, they want to go to is it Gordon Ramsay? That's the cook. Now, I keep saying Dave Ramsay, the money guy. But Gordon Ramsay, they want to go to his burger restaurant too.
Yeah, that one's is that in the PH? It's PH is the name of the building. It used to be called something else, and they Planet Hollywood used to own the whole thing. So then they condensed it to PH. I think Gordon Ramsay's is in the bottom of there because that's where
Oh,
Britney Spears used to have her residency.
oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
Whichever one they want to go
it's right
see.
across
And then
from.
they asked if we want to go see one of the shows, and the one of the ones that I was interested in was ironically one of the Michael Jackson ones.
Really, that bit to be fun. Is that like the people doing him or is it the 3D?
There's a couple of them that I saw. Like I think one was I don't know if they still do the Circus Soleil one,
Uh-huh.
but then there was another one that was just like looks musical, like I guess groups of people or people doing his songs,
Yeah.
his hits.
I know Maroon 5 is over there in their residency now
Oh,
too.
really?
Yeah,
Usher's there too,
yeah.
but we're already going to a concert, so
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do in Vegas. I mean, it really is. It really does have a lot to offer. So you'll have a good time. You'll have a good time. Take pictures, send them back. But that's next weekend. That's not this weekend, right?
right. That's next weekend, and I'm hoping that the weather holds up because all I want to wear is dresses. So if it gets cold, then I have to rechange all my whole wardrobe.
And somebody tells me on April 18th you have some plans.
April 18th.
You and Kina.
Oh yes. And I have several options on dresses for that too. I'm like April 18th. Yes, I have several options on dresses for that. I just haven't decided which one I want to wear, long or short.
Is it 22nd? It may be. I may have my dates wrong. It could be. I know it's in that time frame. I think you're right.
It's a Saturday.
Yeah, it's the 22nd then.
So it's the 22nd because the 18th is a Tuesday.
Yeah, because
so
my mom's.
Either way, yes, I have several options of dresses to wear that, so I don't know which way I'm going to go.
Exactly. And Ms. Linda, you'll be there too. So we're looking forward to having you with us there for that event.
Wait, it snowed when Miss Linda was in Vegas? We're not doing that.
Oh, Lord, no.
I remember when Miss Linda was there, it was unseasonably cold. I didn't like it.
Well, maybe because she was there, it was cold. Maybe that's why it snowed. Maybe she threatened it's gonna be a cold day in hell that I return to Vegas. And they're like, okay, that's what you get. When you come back, I'm gonna give you a cold day in hell. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Oh geez.
I'm excited. So that'll take us through like the first week of April. And then after that, the kids are almost out of school. Do y'all know how excited I am? Because once he's out of school, we can officially say your senior year. Like 1 more year.
Yeah, that was our past year. So when Michael graduated in May, it was like
yes.
And then
yes.
And then others came home. It was like, whoa. But it's okay. We are now back to almost empty nesters again. BJ left on Saturday and arrived in Florida on Monday, and so new turning over a new leaf and a new life over there. So
oh wow,
happy for him.
Oh, just before the baby gets here, so that's good to get settled in and everything. That's great.
But I wasn't sure. I'm like, damn, I don't know if I want my grandkid to be a Floridian. Not to insult Floridians, but I'm telling you right now, if you know me, Florida is not my friend. I'll put it that way. I'm with you when you're right. Yes. It's
Angels will fly said, hey, because she's important. I'm just saying.
It's like, Shauna, what happened? How did you get there? Come back, Shauna.
You done turned the world upside down, Shauna.
All right. So anyway, we're out of here. Lord knows we've chatted too much already.
You know, but sometimes you just get caught up in it, especially when you start talking about food. It's like, what? Where'd you say food?
Exactly. Oh, you know what? I must say one more thing. I was coming home from the psychic fair Sunday, and Michael was with me, and so Ed said, why don't you just stop and pick up something on the way home? Why don't you pick up some chicken, right? So I went through Popeyes.
Ooh.
Popeyes chicken. A leg is like this little. The pieces are so small. What the hell? Did they shrink them? Did Dr. No shrink them or something? I mean, the pieces are so small. I'm like, what the hell happened to the big pieces of chicken when you get chicken? It's like they little.
Now, see, that doesn't bother me because I like little pieces of chicken, so I'll be happy about it. That doesn't bother me.
Oh no, when there are three of us in the house, 3 guys, and we want to eat our chicken, and I was not a happy camper. So I told him,
And that's a good meal. Ooh, Popeyes, that sounds good.
the flavors are good always. So I said, you know what, this weekend I'll be frying my own because
And that chicken sandwich is still going strong. Like people are still ordering it like crazy. So I guess it was a hit.
I guess it was.
I didn't like their fish, but their the chicken sandwich wasn't bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not a fish guy, period. So it doesn't,
Yeah.
really?
Yes, a good fish sandwich. Listen, I love Lent because I can go to all these different restaurants because they'll bring a fish sandwich through for Lent.
Uh-huh.
Like restaurants that you would never thought like Carl Jr. had a fish sandwich. I didn't know they had one. Wendy's even brought out a fish sandwich, and theirs was pretty good. It was very crisp. Not a lot going on, like a whole bunch of toppings. So that theirs was pretty good. Arby's, lots of places will bring on a fish sandwich just for Lent. So I like to go to all the different ones and see which ones I like the best.
You should mess with them next time you go through a drive-through. Say, what kind of fish is it? And they're like, fried. No, is it like snapper? Is it whatever? And then they get frustrated and said, is it fresh? Oh my God, could you imagine the reaction? I'm sure the people are like, what the hell? It's fast food. What do you think? I love shrimp. I like shrimp. I love crabs. I love lobster, octopus, squid. But fish to me,
let me tell you, one of my favorite things from PF Chang's was when they had the lobster fried rice, and they don't have it anymore because they changed the menu. I love that. Now that is something they could bring back, lobster fried rice.
Yes, and I love lobster rolls. Very few places make them because they are expensive, because lobster meat's expensive. But I tell you what, a good northeastern style lobster roll is amazing with the butter and the bread, and you're like,
I really want to have some good authentic crab cakes from the East Coast, where you get the Maine lobster. So I really want to have a crab cake from there and some good lobster, like from fresh water out in the Northeast. But
well, next time you come over, I will make Maryland crab cakes, the traditional Maryland crab cakes. Yes, I will make that happen because I love my crab cakes and I know how to make them.
Oh, that is so good. Yes, I want some good ones. It seems like I wanted all the good seafood when I became landlocked. Like, oh, well, you can't really get any good Christmas. Now you want all the seafood.
Exactly.
Christmas, we do love our food.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I can set my timer by my food. That's for sure. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, again, have a great weekend. Thank you, folks, for popping in. We appreciate it so very much. And Shauna and I will be back on tomorrow. And then, Angie, you're going to be on Sunday or not? What's happening?
I think so. I don't have anything planned. So, yeah, I should be able to.
And anybody lined up yet? Maybe Miss Sherry Berry or Miss Lee? I saw
probably Sherry. Oh, that was the reason that Miss Sherry Berry had a birthday party last week at like 4:30. And I just didn't want to do it by myself, so I didn't come on. So hopefully this week we'll be back on.
Well, it was great.
She popped in here for a minute.
Oh, did she? It was great seeing Alicia Black in class last night. Maybe she'll show up again. Oh Lord, she's a hoot when she's on. I love her.
I'll have to move the time up because those East Coasters want to go to bed.
How dare they? How dare they? I don't get
exactly.
it. Have you nothing better to do than sleep? Come on, we are entertainment.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully we'll see you on Sunday. And then it's funny because at the psychic fair we hit a lull a little bit there, closer to the end. And so Julie and I are both looking for your thing to play it while we're there. And we're like, where's Angie? Where's Angie? We're like, oh no. So you almost became part of the fair without even knowing you were there.
And I thought about it. I was like, I don't want to do it by myself. And when she said no, I ended up just laying down and falling asleep. Like I rested a lot this weekend. Like I feel like I did a lot, but I also rested a lot.
Oh, there was one fascinating thing that I had not seen at the fair. I'd seen most of the stuff you see it, over and over, and some things. But and Michael got his aura photograph, and it is amazing. His aura photograph. Let me see if I can pull it up because I took a picture of it. His aura photograph actually shows him with his spirits around him. Look at this. This is amazing. I don't know if you can see it closely, but see how they're balls? See them? Those are orbs. Those are his spirit guides orbs.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, 1, 2. Okay,
Orb?
near the top around. Oh, okay, yeah. I had to get a clear picture of his face so now I can see him. And then those are okay, yeah.
That's the first
Oh,
time, and the woman was blown away. She's like, "Oh my gosh." She's never seen the orbs and the spirits so clearly around somebody. Usually it's colors, colors and stuff. These were actual orbs, so many. And he was like, "Holy crap!" This is like the last of her paper. She's used the last of her paper, but it's crazy. Anyway, yeah, it was amazing. He's a healer. He's a natural born healer based on some of the colors and so forth. But that was fascinating. But the one thing that wasn't what was unique, but that came to my mind real quick. But that is unique in the sense I've never seen anybody have an aura photograph with the actual orbs of the spirits around them, because otherwise it's just a blur. But this was actual orbs, and she's like, "Oh my God!" Everybody was freaking out. They're like, "Oh my gosh, this kid's walking around with his team is all around him. I mean, he's carrying them with him. Crazy."
that's good.
Yeah, I don't know if he felt like overwhelmed and he had them there protecting him. I don't know what it was, but because it was overwhelming to agree. But they're like they're there, they're right in front of, they're there with him. It's crazy. But anyway, there was beside me was Susan, and then beside her was this guy who sold all these different strange little things and toys. And one of the things that he sold was this pheromone spray, and it was actually not spray, so it's a roller. But he showed what happened is, I'll put it this way. There was some women in front of me, and I had no readings, and I kept watching them. They're smelling each other, and I'm like, okay, now we're having what's the smell? I mean, I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I'm watching. So finally, I stood up, and I'm like, I want to come smell too. So I went over and I said, hey, I want to smell. And I smelled each of their arms, and each of them had the same roll on, right? Each of them had the same roll on put on, and they did this, and everyone smelled differently.
Oh,
The mother
really?
had this beautiful sweet smell. The daughter had a sagey kind of smell, and yet it was the same one, and it's based on pheromones. And so it reacts to your
Oh, wow.
pheromones, and so it will smell differently depending on who's it on, and it'll smell differently based on what you're doing at the time. If you had different things to eat one day versus the other, it may take a little bit of a more of a woodsy smell versus a sweet smell. Or if you're kind of mad, you could wind up getting a little bit of a different smell than happy. It was crazy, and yet it's the same.
That seems a little. That's a bit much for me, like a little dangerous. Like I might want to be thinking I'm feeling nice and flowery, and I'm all musky and
I didn't think of it that way. All I thought it's amazing how you can have one thing smell differently depending on where you are in your head, or where you are with what you ate or what you drank. It's like, wow, that was crazy. So anyway, that was unique. I'd never seen that before. And he sold out of them all. And he said every time he goes, he sells out of them within an hour and a half. He's gone all the time, every time. Yeah, he
Really?
said it's very popular. It's very popular. Yeah, and the men love it because, again, the men are drawn to the pheromones. I mean, that's what they're drawn to. So for them, it's like putting it on an amplifier. Like, whoo. So
Oh my goodness.
there you go. Get yourself in trouble with that. All right. Well, we're out of here. Have a good one. Kina, thank you so much for popping in and taking care of the people and keeping them under control. And we'll talk later, everybody. Have a great one. With that said, let's get some little exit videos going. Miss Angie.